broke.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Next Man Up podcast. This is the 72nd episode. Hey, it sounds crazy saying that out loud. We've actually been doing this for a while, but it's the regular theme. I'm back with my boys, Max and Latif. Y'all can say what's up.
How's it going, guys?
Yo,
Latif, you was talking about you was on somebody else's podcast. Who you with? And I thought we were supposed to have Cap on.
I wasn't on anybody else's podcast. We do a podcast for our student newspaper at school, so we were talking about men's basketball and we were talking about girls basketball, and so it kind of got we were going too long basically. Oh man, All-Star stuff just dropped. We'll talk about that later, but somebody got snubbed. I gotta talk about it, bro. Somebody got snubbed. This is crazy.
I just saw one
3
person.
years in a row. 3 years in a row, bro. It's crazy.
I just saw
Trae
one
Young
person
didn't
made
make
it.
Did
But
Trae Young not make it?
someone, oh my gosh, wait, Julius Randle actually made it?
Did Brunson make it? All right, hey, stop.
Whoa. No, but Paolo made it. Paolo made it.
That's
Paolo did
disgusting.
make
We're
it.
going to get
Paolo
to that
made that.
later.
Paolo made it. Paolo made that. Let's go.
Chief,
Thank you.
can you act like you want to be here, please?
Bro, chill out. I'm here.
All right, so this is the perfect time to talk about this because this information, just came out.
Julius Randle making over Trae Young as a wild card is insane.
Joel Embiid tears his meniscus. Trying to come back too early. It's a lot of speculation. I personally believe that he was trying to, not miss too many games so he can be in the running for MVP. The 65 game rule. Ever since him rushing back onto the court and then eventually tearing his meniscus, to Kuminga falling on his knee, it's been a lot of conversation over the 65 game rule. So I want to ask Max how he feels about this, and then I'm gonna go next.
So I saw something recently, and it's kind of like what I mean, like 65 games obviously is a substantial part of the season, right? Like playing X amount of games should be necessary to win an award. But what is really the difference between 65 games and 63 games? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get the cap on it. So I think it's like making just 65 games a thing. That's great, I guess. But I mean, it's really going to push players' willpower to if they really want to win these awards because load management is still a thing, whether people want to believe it or not. Like these injuries, it's not like everybody's going to get injured if you play over 65 games. It's not true. But these injuries are obviously more possible if you're pushing yourself a little bit farther. So if someone wants to win an MVP award and he has very few games to miss and you're battling through an injury, you're going to fight through it to keep this going. So it's weird because obviously if Embiid misses, what is it, 5 more games, 4 more?
It's 4 at this point.
Yeah,
Anybody?
it's
4 at this point.
Yeah,
Okay,
4 or 5.
so if he misses 4 more games, he's out. So it's a next man up mentality, right? Like who's going to be the next person to get it? And like I get it, a torn meniscus, he's probably going to be out for majority of the rest of the year. So his MVP story is probably over. But if we see a guy down the line who truly has an insane year and battles back from an injury, the 65 game rule is gonna, I think, like it is unfortunate. I think the load management coming into a thing, them getting nervous that superstars are purposely sitting out. Like I think there's no perfect way to go about this. Like there's serious issues on both sides. And I agree with what you're saying, Jaden. When you talk about saying Joel Embiid just has the MVP mantra about him, or you don't think that Shea is playing like an MVP. I don't agree with that part, but like I agree with what you say. Like it's a storyline thing to fit it too at some points, and I think like Embiid's got that. He's obviously offensively he's leading that team. Like he's just playing insane, but like I think this might give way to other guys get some spotlight. Obviously, Shea is the next man up. I know Jokic is second in odds, but I think Shea right now is probably. No, I don't even know if that's true. I think Jokic is probably up there too. But Shea and Jokic are next up, and they obviously benefit a lot from this. But like, do you think they're gonna take it as like a lesser MVP award because they might not feel like they deserve it or something? You know what I mean? Like, I think it's just weird. It adds like a whole nother layer to an MVP award. We might see down the line like, oh, Jason Tatum got this MVP award. Oh, but Luka was injured or Luka only played 64 games. Like, if we get into these like sort of debates, I think it just gets I think it's just nonsense. But I don't know. The rule's a rule. They put it in this year. It's ironic that all this is going down the first year with the rule. So
Okay, so before I get into my whole spiel, I do want to kind of correct what you said. It's not that I don't think that Shea is undeserving of the MVP. I just personally don't think he should be MVP. He just doesn't have that type of. He just, to me, he doesn't seem like MVP. That's just me. But I'm not gonna say, if he gets it, I'm not gonna be too mad at that. Latif, stop looking dumb. I don't care. I don't.
What
care.
what
Just to
about
me,
him? What
he
about him?
doesn't
What
seem like
about
an
him? That,
he is
how?
he is a
How?
literally I watched him just the other day and it was the most disgusting basketball I've ever seen. You could say, okay, Joel Embiid foul base too, but Shea is damn near on another level, bro. Like it was bad. It was terrible. I couldn't watch it. I personally could not watch it. All right, cool, whatever. I don't care about what you have to say. So let me get into let me get into my spiel. I think the 65 game rule has a lot of reasoning to it, and I like the thought behind it, but it's implemented wrong. Like you said, Max, what's the difference between 64 and 63 games? So at 65, if you don't play 65 games, and you play 64, like what's the difference? Now you're missing out on the award because it's one game. Like it makes no sense. I feel like they should play it by ear or just play it by how they see it. If you're overdoing the load managing, if you're missing certain games because you're playing a lesser team, you feel like you don't have to play and you want to avoid injury, stuff like that should play into it. But if you're genuinely hurt, we see Joel Embiid, who arguably last year I would say Jokic deserved that MVP over him. I claim that it was a pity MVP. A lot of people claim that too. This year, he most definitely deserves it. He's having an historical season, and he's not going to get that MVP because he got hurt and he rushed himself back. Now, I know, Latif, you said that you don't believe he rushed himself back, but literally last year we seen him cry and complain about how he should be MVP. You don't think that he wants 2 in a row, especially this year when he's undoubtedly, undisputedly the MVP by how his play is so far. So if you don't think that he rushed back just to make sure that he doesn't get past the under the 65 game mark, I hate to say it, bro. You're just idiot. You're just an idiot. Like that's an idiotic statement. But that kind of wraps it up with me. I get the 65 game rule, but it's just it's implemented wrong. You shouldn't really put a number to it.
First, I don't know why you call anybody idiotic just because they disagree with you. Also, the report that came out that was actually reported, not like something we have to speculate over, that actually came out was he rushed back. People feel that he rushed back in the organization because to dispel the narratives around ducking Jokic. That's the reason they feel he rushed back, not for MVP. That was not the report that came out. That's one. Two, as far as the 65 game NBA rule, a lot of people are complaining about it. A lot of people are against it. But what's the alternative? I see a lot of complaining with not a lot of solutions because the NBA has already implemented fines and measures and stuff like that to avoid load management without setting a cap. And that didn't work. People were still load managing last year. They are trying to make the regular season a lot more important than what it's been over the last few seasons. As a fan, people are traveling all across the world. People are traveling across cities to see their favorite players play, and they're not playing because they're sitting out and load managing. The NBA is trying to stop that. They're trying to make the regular season more important, and so that's why they did the 65 game NBA rule. And also, no MVP. Well, like a really, really short list of MVPs have played less than like 65, 64 games in the entire season and actually won it. So as far as MVP, I have no I don't have any backlash for that because historically, people who playing 65 games or under, it's like really rare for them to win MVP because the more you're on the floor, is makes you more valuable. Players that are missing time, it's hard for them to be more valuable than someone that's on the court more than them. If it's like a 65 to 63 game thing, then I can see it there. As far as for all NBA, I hate it because like someone like Tyrese Halliburton is about to miss their all NBA selection. If he misses a few more games, I don't like it there because I think you could be an all NBA player with playing less than 65 games. But historically, not too many MVPs have missed 17, 18 games in the season and still won MVP. But that's my standpoint. That's my standpoint on it.
Giannis was under. LeBron
What year
was
was that?
under it.
What year was that for Giannis?
1920 for Giannis.
That was the
LeBron
bubble.
was.
That was the bubble. That was the bubble.
Oh,
That
okay,
was the
you're
bubble.
right.
They
You're
didn't play
right.
82 games.
I didn't even think of that. Was 2011 2012, was that the lockout?
Lockout. I think.
Yes. I think it was that was like
No, that wasn't the lockout. I
It
think
was
lockout was
that or the
there
year
was
before. It was that or the year before. It was Miami. LeBron was on Miami. I agree with what you said. I think there's a big difference, obviously, between being the MVP and a third team All NBA. Like I think there should be a little bit of different guidelines by that. I don't know if you limit it down. Like my thinking is like maybe if he plays, like you have tiers, like you play 60, you can't qualify for first team if you don't play 65, but he should still be able to qualify for at least second or third. You know what I'm saying? Like you put your name in the conversation, but it's like if you have a great player who, like, let's say Luka puts up a 30-10-10, right? Like let's say average triple double, and he plays 64 games, he should be able to make an All NBA, at least a third team. You know what I'm saying? There's no way he should not make an All NBA team off that. So injuries. I think there's different ways.
Injuries are a hard thing to deal with. It's a hard thing to deal with. You cannot control it at all. But the NBA is asking their players to play 80% of the season. That's what they're asking them to do. And over the last few seasons, like the last 5 years, players have been low managing a lot. They have been low managing a lot, and they're trying to fix that. So I see a lot of people in outrage over the 65 game rule. What is your solution for it? I don't see a lot of solutions. I'm not talking about from this podcast, but I see all over social media. I don't see a lot of solutions because finding players that have low managed hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. They've been doing that for years. Yeah, it really hasn't worked. It's really hard to. It's like what is it called? It's not black and white at all. So you can't really know when someone's sitting out and not really injured. They can say they had this injury, not, you know what I'm saying? So it's really hard to like actually go about that. How are you going to tell a player you're not injured? So I see a lot of outrage and not enough solutions for the 65 game rule. I don't like it for the all NBA team. I'll say that. But again, not so many MVPs have played under 65. I think it's really hard to be the most valuable player not playing 80% of the season. So that's my take.
Implementing the 65 game rule is bad because, again, you're gonna have more instances like this. Like Joel Embiid, you could say I would say he's one of the premier faces of the league, and him trying to chase an accolade, which all the players do. Like I think you talked about it in a group chat. He won an MVP last year. Why would he care, bro? That adds to his leg. These awards add to these players.
I didn't say that he didn't care about it. I didn't say that he didn't care about it. I said
you can talk about
why would he be at this.
You can talk about how he talks about how he's just preparing for the playoffs, or how he only cares about team success. Everybody says that. It sounds great. It sounds great in the media. It sounds like they're team driven, very selfless. But deep down, we all know that that it could be true. I'm not trying to say that it's not true. But these players care about these accolades because, again, it helps their legacy. So yeah, we're gonna keep seeing stuff like this with the 65 game rule. Like I said earlier, there's a better way to implement the rule. I understand. Like you said, Latif, not too many MVPs play less than 65 games. The most valuable part is your availability, but stuff like this is going to continue to happen. And you don't want it. It's unfortunate for anybody to get injured, but when it's one of the premier faces of the league, it hurts even more.
My question is, because what was your solution? Because I think a lot of stuff you said already that the NBA has already tried that. Like they tried fines. They've tried trying to monitor if you actually. They've tried a lot of it already. They did that. Like this, I don't think Adam Silver. This is his first thing to do. He's been the commissioner for years. Also, the NBA Players Association agreed to this. They didn't have to do this. They agreed to this. I don't know what Grant Williams was in CP3 and maybe Andre Iguodala was doing, but they agreed to this rule. It's not like they've been forced to do this. Like I saw what's the name, Paul Reed from the Sixers said
B-ball Paul.
They may have been, Paul. Yeah, he said they may have been forced, but I don't know how they forced you. Y'all signed off on this. I don't get it.
I mean, like I said, the 65 game, the thought behind it is actually really good. But when you implement it, go back to Max's point. What if you get 60? What if you play 64 games? Now you miss MVP because you missed one game. You're one game off the threshold. Like I said, bro. if you can stop it from looking like it's load managing, like you're playing a lesser team, and you're like, all right, cool. You don't want to play because you don't want to risk injury or whatever, something like that. Like you have to pay attention to it closely. Implementing a 65 game rule isn't ideal, and I know that's hard. Like you said, you can't tell somebody that they're not injured, but we just saw what happened with Embiid. But I get what you're saying. It's hard to gauge. Like
that was my point. Like, how are you gonna gauge like what's a lesser team? Like, you can't. That's as a corporation, as NBA, you can't pick and choose who is like managing or not. Like that
you can gauge who the lesser team is. I don't agree with that.
Not really though. Like, not as an NBA, as a corporation, they can't really do that. Obviously, I think
you kind of can. I think you kind of can. Like, you could look at ticket sales. Like, what are ticket sales when a team plays Charlotte? Do you have less people in attendance when you play Charlotte?
I was about to say. So if the Celtics are playing
if no one comes, if no one comes to those games, that's an easier game for Tatum to say I'm gonna sit out, because no one goes to the games in the first place. You're playing, you know what I mean? Like, you're on a lesser stage. I think you value it by, like, there are big ticket games, there are small games. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference. Not every NBA game is gonna make you the same amount of money. It differs, right? If you get Boston, LA, you know what I'm saying?
I think y'all are underrating how, like, that's not like a black and white thing, and it's not easy for the NBA to just implement that rule. Like, okay, you put on an injury report, one, like, Jason Tatum is out for ankle injury, or just say it's complete load management. If they do it against the Charlotte Hornets, or they do it against the Spurs, something like that, a game they could easily win, that's not just easy for them to implement into a rule book. That's not like a thing that's.
I'm not saying it for a rule. I'm not saying it for a rule.
Is it a certain losing percentage you have to have? Is it a certain what are we? That's a really, like, not a black and white thing.
It's pretty.
I'm not saying a rule.
It's pretty black and white. You can see what team is who is lesser when.
That's hard to put in a rule book. This is what I'm saying. It's hard to put it into agreement or any rule book. That leaves you so much room for loopholes. That leaves you. It's not an easy thing to do at all. They would have already did it.
So ultimately, I understand, like, what your answer is to this, but I'm kind of confused on where Max lies. Like, I kind of see him taking both sides. But me personally, I'm gonna say Nate. I'm gonna say Nate to the 65 game rule. Chief, what are you saying? Yeah or nay?
I already answered. I said it's. I think it's fine for MVP, but for the for all NBA teams, I'm against it.
All right.
I was just saying that, like, the whole thing that Latif said with, like, there's no way to gauge that. I think you could gauge that, but again, I agree with what Latif's saying. I don't know if there's, like, really another way to go about it than just to have a hard cutoff. I think you could switch it up later. Obviously, I don't know, but, like, I think you can't play a percentage of games. If you go down to 60, then it's only going to be, what's the difference between 59 games and 60 games? You know what I mean? Like, no matter how far you drop it, there's still going to be a 1 game, like, jump. So it's like, I really don't think that you can, like, I don't think there's currently, or that I can think of, I don't think there's a better way to go about it. And again, like, every rule is going to have flaws to it. But yeah, I don't think there's a better way to do it right now. I just think it's unfortunate that's happening first year. I think Embiid won't play 65 games, though. I think he will, if he has a torn meniscus, I think he'll be out for what, month? Couple months?
No, probably like 2 months. Yeah,
2 months. Yeah. So that's what.
This is sad.
Game.
I've seen the report.
He undoubtedly deserves. He's not gonna get because of a stupid game threshold. What were you saying?
It's meniscus injuries are common. Treatment options include exercise, rehab, removing torn piece, or surgical meniscal repair. Recovery can be as fast as 6 to 8 weeks or more than 6 months, depending on the degree, size, location, tear, and treatment option selected. It was this doctor on Twitter just posted this in response to Woj saying that Joel Embiid has torn his meniscus. But yeah, I honestly think players, the bottom line is players need to play. They need to be on the floor. They are making millions of dollars to do this, but they are still humans at the end of the day. You need to prioritize, I think, the playoffs. As far as, especially like people like Joel Embiid, you have not accomplished anything in the playoffs. That's what you need to be focused on. So that's what that would be my advice.
I think Embiid tries to tough it out, but I think he gets surgery in the summer. I assume, correct? Would you guys agree? He gets surgery. He pushes surgery off as long as possible.
Oh yeah, he's not getting surgery this year. Probably. Well, I don't know. It depends. It depends. The situation is going to be very interesting to monitor because they have a lot of cap space this offseason with Tobias Harris coming off the books. They got to obviously re-sign Maxey to a bigger deal. And be coming into the season, we all thought like if this season didn't go well, Joel Embiid might be axing out. So with this injury and if he doesn't get surgery and try to play through it, price goes down for Joel Embiid.
I think with the injury, the price goes down a little bit, just a little bit. He's still obviously all NBA player.
He's been injury prone his entire career. I don't think.
I understand, but messing up your knee, I don't think it's like a guarantee that you're gonna be the same explosive player. So it's gonna be
he's had knee issues his entire career.
I thought his first thing was his knee for the first 2-3 years.
It was.
Oh, never mind.
All right,
you said.
So I think this. All right, y'all good? I think this is a good place to, get into the next topic. All right, so after a loss, LeBron James was interviewed, and just asked, going into the game against Boston, what was his message to his teammates to get on the winning side of things? And LeBron was about to sound off on a couple stuff, a couple of things, and I don't know who it was, kind of cut him off because it looked like he was about to go off, and then we see what he posted on Twitter. This is kind of common with LeBron. Last year, I think after not getting Kyrie, he's
he said maybe it's me. I get maybe it is him. I want to go first on this. Obviously, I'm the LeBron fan.
Can I introduce it, bro?
Go ahead, bro. I need to go first.
I'm a LeBron fan. I'm just not to the level you are.
I want to ask our super LeBron fan, how he views this.
So, hey, I've been thinking about this all day, Jay. I can't lie, man. Hey, listen. It comes the time of year where LeBron gets frustrated. It's around the trade deadline. We know this. Last year it was maybe it's me. This year he just posted a time emoji
or whatever that is. Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously it's time for the Lakers to make a move. This team is not a contender, especially with Darvin Ham at the head coaching. LeBron is not Dirk Nowitzki. LeBron is not Kobe Bryant. LeBron is not D Wade. He is 39 and still one of the best players in the NBA. There is no farewell tour. Make a trade because we can still win championships before he retires. That's what needs to go on. This team needs an overhaul. It's a lot of problems. Probably these. I would love DeJounte Murray to be on the team. If that's at the expense of D'Lo, he can go. I would love Dorian Finney-Smith on the team. If that's at the expense of Rui, he can go. I honestly don't want Darvin Ham as a coach, but we're stuck with him. So the Lakers need to get healthy. They need to make a trade because this season is looking like it's going downhill. They're about to be 24 and 26 after tonight. Please mute Max next time. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
A yawn.
Yeah. Anyways, they about to lose to the Celtics tonight. LeBron and AD are not playing. This season, I don't think they're going to win the championship, honestly. I'm kind of in a space where LeBron, you came to LA, you won a championship. A lot of people thought you were coming out here to do movies and TV, and it's time to make that narrative true. Just do some TV, produce some movies, another documentary.
What?
I'm not going to lie. This team, I have no faith in them. I have no faith in the Lakers at all. With Darvin Ham at the coach, I don't think they're able to win a championship. This team has too many one-way players. AD can't stay healthy. LeBron can't stay healthy. LeBron just go out on top. If you still got it for another year, play with Bronny, whatever that is. You had a great career. You still got to go regardless of what happens to the season. If they're not going to do right by you, just hey man, fade into the sunset. Clutch up, man. That's all I gotta say.
I'm gonna go next because I don't really have too much to say. I'm just tired of all the crying, bro. Like, literally, it's just disgusting. Like, LeBron is just a crybaby. I hate this is literally the most bro, holy fuck, I don't know why I can't talk. This is the biggest reason why I'm not like a huge LeBron fan because it's just crying. Like it's everything is constructed around LeBron. You don't want Westbrook, he's gone. Well, I wouldn't say the same problems, but it kind of is the same problems. Like you said, a lot of one-way players. You ask for D'Lo, you get D'Lo. You ask for all these type of players, and you have them now. Darvin Ham is not a good coach. Latif, you were petitioning. You and JD were petitioning that he was a good coach. I don't know why. And
You're
now
lying.
it's
You're lying.
it's biting you in the behind. This is not a good basketball team. LeBron, I don't understand what you're talking about with LeBron riding to the sunset. I mean, I guess
It's over.
if you get
It's
some
over.
pieces, you could possibly make it work with the next coming years. I don't know LeBron's timeline. I actually thought he was going to start falling off this year, but didn't really
That was
happen.
one of the worst takes of the podcast.
Cool, you were literally agreeing with it. Cool, but anyways,
Fine.
yeah, it's LeBron James, so I'm not gonna count him out and say it's over. But I do like people who leave out on top. So I'm not against that idea. But yeah, this basketball team is not good. Like I said earlier in the year, the Pelicans can if we get into a series with the Lakers, we could definitely beat them.
No, y'all cannot. No,
Yes,
y'all
we
cannot.
can. Yes, we can.
No, y'all cannot.
But
Bi cannot
Max,
Bi cannot carry you guys to a series win.
Y'all don't match up well against us at all. Y'all have no interior defense. Who's guarding Anthony Davis, please? Who's guarding LeBron?
We're gonna make a trade.
Anyways, before Max goes, I want to say something in response to Jay.
For what? What are you making a trade for?
Better pick and roll defenders. Yeah, which is the center. Get Gafford, possibly.
Oh, Darren Gafford. Oh, I go. Anyways,
he's a way better defender. He's more athletic.
The bar's low. The bar's low. The bar's low. It's valid to this. The bar's low. Anyways, Jaden, you talking about you don't want to? He a crybaby. This is why you're not a LeBron fan. We praise other stars for putting pressure on their organizations to make a move like Giannis did this offseason. But when LeBron do it, it's an issue. Like, what else is he supposed to do? He's about to be 40 years old, and you're not making any moves to maximize his last good years of his career. We don't have all day. Like, we don't. He's about to be 40 next year. You need to maximize. He's still a top 10 player in the NBA. Maximize this. Maximizing this is not Darvin Ham being a head coach. I promise you that. Maximizing this is not the roster that they have right now. It's not. So,
of course, LeBron vouch for Darvin Ham?
I don't remember that ever happening. So, please find that. So, and if he did, this is Brian. He's political. Like, what is he going to say? Like, anyways, yeah, bro. Like, what is he supposed to do? Just sit here and I do nothing? Like, you mad because he did on social media? Is that what it is? Like,
yes, bro. It's corny. Like last year, it was just maybe it's me. Now it's the hourglass.
Not maybe it was me. It's crazy.
That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. And then like the whole interview, when he got cut off, he was like, "Yeah, because I was about to say something." Like, bro, shut up.
Sassy King.
He wasn't gonna say nothing crazy, bro. Like, bro was trying to make it. I don't know, bro. Sloppy, bro. I don't know. He be doing too much. You can go, Max.
Me, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, it was supposed to be this great off season. It looked like this great off season. Did not work out, man. Let me tell you, did not work out. Like, you have minutes where Cam Reddish looks really good, didn't last. Torian Prince looks really good, doesn't last. Like, D'Lo's about to get traded. Now he wants to start hooping again. It's just a weird team. They just need people to stay healthy. Like, if AD stays healthy, it's a different team, but they can't do it. I don't think they lose to the Pels in the series, but I definitely think they lose to Minnesota. I think they could lose to them with the big depth they have. With the bigs they have, you're talking about inside scoring. AD is not scoring on Rudy and Cat.
Minnesota's offense is really bad.
Healthy.
Minnesota's offense is really bad.
Like, they still are healthy though. Like, if AD is going to go down a series, I don't think Bron's soloing. It's the top team in the West right now. Bron could have done that years ago, but I don't think Bron's doing it right now. So, it sucks because I don't want this to be the end of LeBron's career, just rotting away on subpar Lakers teams. But yeah, if they don't make, I don't even know if DeJounte Murray is really that move. I think you need more. Obviously, you need more wing defenders to compete with the wings in the West. You need a big to compete with Jokic. Like, they need some depth for sure. They just have pieces that are really worth that much value right now. You can't throw Jafino and D'Lo in every single trade package. So
I want JD up on here because supposedly Austin Reeves was supposed to be this third star. You guys were so excited about the offseason moves. You get Gabe Vincent, Cam Reddish. was Cam Reddish has revitalized his career in some way. You know, he'll be a good role player somewhere, bounce around the league. It was looking like he wasn't going to be in the league for much further, so I'm happy for him. But like I said, Gabe
No, you're
Vincent,
not. Whoa,
Cam
whoa,
Reddish,
whoa! Aren't you like
Torian Prince.
number one Cam Reddish hater? Why you say you're happy for him?
What do you mean? He's
Don't
carving
you
out
not
a
like
career
Cam
for
Reddish?
himself.
Don't
No,
you
I
not
just
like
don't think
Cam
he's
Reddish?
good. I just don't. I
Okay.
didn't think he was good. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say that he deserves a spot in the league.
No, he's
I didn't
open.
think he was an NBA player, but you know, he showed his worth. He's a good defender. Yeah, like I was saying, Torian Prince, Gabe Vincent. We're expecting Austin Reeves to still be cooking, but he's been compromised. You know, game plans around him. But so yeah, I mean, it doesn't look too good. It doesn't look too
Literally lying. Literally lying. Austin Reeves has been fine. He's been good offensively. He's defensively is what it is. He's terrible.
He's definitely regressed from last year. I don't know what you're talking
Defensively,
about.
that's about it.
You and JD were saying he was the third star. So I mean, I don't know.
I didn't say that. You keep saying something I didn't say.
You definitely
I did not say that.
It's in the group chat, bro.
Austin Reeves is not a star. Austin Reeves has never been a star.
If I was the one to edit these videos, which nobody really edits them. Sorry, T. I would insert the screenshot like right here, honestly.
You find out. I'll put it in the video. But you're just making stuff up. But don't do that right now. We're on the episode. I got time for that.
I'm not looking it up, bro. I'm ready for the next topic, bro. Are you all ready?
Yeah, we're good.
I ain't gonna keep talking. I'm still.
Are you looking for the All-Star reserves?
Yeah, bro.
I kind of have.
Send them to me,
yeah, I got them all. I got
Send
them
it
too.
to me. Send me a link. Send me a link.
It's our host, y'all.
Draft? Are we drafting everyone healthy? Sorry.
Yeah.
We draft everyone healthy. All right.
Yeah. All right. So, the reserves for the All-Star team have just been announced. I'm just gonna announce them right now. I want to start with you, Latif, because you seem very passionate about it. But for the West, Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, Kawhi Leonard, Karl Anthony Towns, which I do kind of have a problem with that one. Anthony Davis, Devin Booker, and Paul George were selected for the West reserves. Over for the Eastern Conference, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Bam Adebayo, Paolo, again, problem, Julius Randle, and Jaylen Brown. So, Latif, I know you want to talk about your snub, so I'm just going to start off with you. Yeah, take the floor.
Obviously, the biggest snub of the All-Star game is Trae Young. The minutes averaging 27 and 11 for the second straight season, and he's not an All-Star again. I know he had some really, really bad press. The USA stuff came out about him. He's not really. He's kind of like a villain in the NBA. But for him to be left out again, truthfully, Damian Lillard is not having a better season than Trae Young. The Bucks are winning games, but he's not having a better season than Trae Young. I don't know if Tyrese Maxey's having a better season than Trae Young. Tyrese Maxey's been great, but better than Trae Young, I don't know. The Hawks are not winning games, so I guess that plays a factor into it. But we got people like Paolo being an All-Star before Trae Young. We got people being we got Julius Randle have his third All-Star appearance before, and Trae Young only has 2. I believe Jaylen Brown made the All-Star game as well over Trae Young. Like all this is crazy. So I don't know he gets a bad rap from coaches, from fans. It's really a travesty how Trae Young consistently gets snubs from these All-Star games, the USA team, all that stuff. I think Trae Young needs a lot more respect. I think Trae Young is becoming one of the most underrated players in the entire NBA because people have become so. They become so like, what is that word? I hate when I blank on the word. What is that word? Bruh.
I don't even know what you mean.
It starts with an S, like tripping. Like they become used to like him doing it, basically. Like numb. I said it started with S. Yeah, the that was crazy. The NBA basketball world has become so numb to what Trae Young does on a year-by-year basis. It's become regular. Like 27 points and 10 assists is not a regular thing at all. It's not at all. So that's my biggest snub. On the West Side, I think Fox probably should have got in.
Over
I think
who though?
I don't know if they do it
like
I don't know.
You're looking at is he getting over? Is he getting in over Curry, Edwards, Booker, Paul George?
I don't know if they do it by like actual position because I know
there's it's like 3 guard spots, 2 forward centers, or 3 guard forwards, and then 2 wild cards.
2 wild cards, right? So let's look at the reserves.
And then, whoever the wild cards were, and
I want to know who the wild cards were because there's if Karl Anthony Towns was one of the wild cards, he shouldn't have got in.
It's weird.
If Paul George was one of the wild cards, he shouldn't have got in over Fox. I don't think so.
I disagree with that. PG's Bill
Hooper. So, bro, PG. Fox has 2. Question. Okay, well you're biased, so I don't. You're biased.
I'm not actually. I know PG's the hooper.
Bro, anybody in contention has been playing crazy. Fox was going crazy, especially starting at the beginning of the season. Anthony Davis, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Karl Anthony Towns.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it was Trae Young. Oh yeah, Wemby. No, I don't think Wemby should have made it this year. I think, to be honest, all this Trae Young like underrated stuff is all because of that 2021 run. I think there was a select group of people who significantly overrated Trae Young from that and the whole villainous thing he did in New York. Those 2 things combined for everybody to hate on Trae Young. You know what I'm saying? I think there was a group of people who overrated him to be a top whatever player in the league, and he wasn't, but he is still a great point guard, a top 7 point guard in the league probably. So he might have top 5. But I think I don't really remember how high people had him, but he made the Eastern Conference Finals, right? And I think people put him in these conversations he wasn't supposed to be in, and the whole New York thing I think left a bad taste in the basketball mecca. You know what I mean? But I think it wasn't good. And now, ever since then, he's been playing at the same all-star, all-NBA level, and everyone just think, oh, he's overrated. He's overrated. He's not. He's not putting up. I mean, if you want to say because he's not winning, he's putting up these stats. But like, they're going to trade DeJounte Murray, and I think Trae Young could be next, and I think Trae Young will be a hot commodity. You know what I'm saying? Teams will want Trae Young. Maybe it's not the fans or whatever, but like teams will really want Trae Young. Pair Trae Young up. He's still very young. What is he? 25?
He's not 25. Trae Young is like he's under 25. He's a 25 under. I think Trae Young might be 24.
25. He's 25. He's 25 on the dot. So he's still 25 years old, not in his prime yet, right? He'll hit his prime in a year or 2. A team like San Antonio, I think I saw, pairing him up with Wemby would be insane. Like, I think people will start to give respect to Trae Young when he starts to contribute to winning, like seriously winning. And unfortunately, it's not going to help him out right now because he might make it, honestly, over Julius Randle and Embiid at the same time too, right? Because you'll have to take will they just move Bam up to a starter? Or just take another forward? So
they're gonna Trae Young's he's gonna be in there because of the injuries, but Trae Young does contribute to winning basketball. He does. The team around him is not great at all. The Atlanta Hawks have failed to build competent rosters. They haven't failed to build competent rosters around him. Like consistently.
Horrible. So. Yeah, so there'll be 2 slots. He'll probably get in. Who the other person is? It might be Derek White. No, it might be Porzingis. I think they might throw. They have to throw Porzingis before Derek White. But I think you're looking at Porzingis.
You would think so.
You might be looking at Trae. Porzingis over Derek White. You're saying?
You would think so, but Derek White hype is crazy. Like he was getting all-star push from JJ Redick and stuff like that.
I think we're looking at Scotty. I think we're looking at Kristaps. I think we're looking at Trae Young. I think if Scotty gets in over Trae Young, that's where we really have to have an issue that the NBA is out to get Trae Young. I don't know what's up with that, but Trae Young I assume will make it. But still, not being an actual all-star is crazy. I do think I don't know if I would have had Trae Young starting over because I think if Dame should not be starting it, low-key should be Jalen Brunson. Do you think Trae Young can play at a better clip than Jalen Brunson?
Nah, well, it's been pretty close, and then the Knicks are winning, and he's been a big part of that winning. So
I get what you're saying because Dame's been kind of weird this year. Like Milwaukee's been winning, but he hasn't been playing like exceptionally well. Like I think he has
not had a better season than Trae Young at all.
he's made All-Star starters based off his name.
Fan vote for sure.
Still a great player, but like Jalen Brunson could definitely get that nod. So I think he'd be up there before Trae Young. But yeah, it's the fact that it happened 2 years in a row is crazy still. So
They need to like specify who was the guards, forwards, wild card picks, because that's the type of stuff we need to know.
they
Because
had it
then we can
somewhere.
move.
They had it somewhere. I can't find it
Because
now.
like right now they have 3 guards in here, so you get 3 guard spots in the reserves or total overall 3 guard spots in the reserves.
Reserves, and I think
3
2
guards.
forward centers.
So they have,
Which makes no sense. That covers more positions. Forward centers cover more positions. Maybe it's 2 guards and 3 forward centers and 2.
yeah, I think Tyrese Maxey was a wild card. I think
Makes
Tyrese
sense.
Maxey was a wild card. Because they got 2 guards. They got Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson both deserve it. If they like you put Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson over Trae Young, I'm not looking at you crazy. But if Tyrese Maxey was a wild card, he should have made it. Bam, I don't know if he's a wild card, but I think Paolo might have been a wild card. That makes more sense. I think the wild cards are probably Paolo and Tyrese Maxey. And then the forwards were JT, Bam, and Julius Randle. That would make sense for me. If that was the
Bam, Julius.
I need to find the space where they have the actual specifics of the actual All-Star team, because that gives me a lot more clarity and who was he really like, who was Trae Young really snubbed for. Trae Young averaged 26 points last year and 10 assists and no All-Star again. Like these numbers are, they've become normal for Trae Young, and it's ridiculous. Also, the Kings got neither people in, bro.
That's what I saw when I saw the West. That was the one interesting thing, is that the Kings got 0 All-Stars, which is like weird if you say it a couple years ago. Like that's normal, but yeah, they're a good team now. Like the fact they have 0 All-Stars is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think they're like 5th in the West, I believe. And Sabonis he's averaging 19 points, 13 rebounds. He's shooting 65% from true shooting, so he's having that same season. Not DeJounte Murray, but De'Aaron Fox has calmed down, but he's still averaging 27 to 6 basically. So he's still having a great season.
I think he makes it over Sabonis, obviously. So I think we got to talk about Fox not making it as Sabonis. Rudy Gobert.
Are y'all done?
Yeah, I was gonna say Rudy Gobert's got a little bit of traction. I think should he have made it over Cat just for his defensive ability? He's been the anchor of that defense. I don't know. I guess that's up for everyone else to decide. But I feel like I've seen that on Twitter a little bit too.
So I didn't hear what you guys said, but obviously I do kind of have a problem with Trae Young. I do have a problem with Trae Young not making the All-Star game this year. He's averaging 27 points, almost 11 assists. Over the last few years, we've kind of been talking about just him not being so efficient, but he's actually been pretty efficient this year. He's played better than Dame. I agree with you on with that. He's played better than Maxey. I agree with you on that. So kind of seeing Trae Young, it kind of feels like how Devin Booker was getting done for like the past few years. I don't know if you guys spoke up about on that, but it kind of feels like that in some type of way. I don't know if he needs to start like actually winning, because I think that's kind of how Devin Booker got on the scene, just by winning a little bit more. But it seems like he's gonna have to start doing that. On the West side of things, I don't really particularly have a problem with who made it over there. Instead of Cat, I would prefer Rudy Gobert because his defensive impact and how he's just anchoring that defense. But I'm not too mad. I'm not too mad at Cat making it. It's not terrible.
All right, so we got this All-Star draft, correct? Would you like to introduce it, Jade? Me?
So we're gonna do an All-Star draft, drafting a team with all the players from the NBA All-Star game this season. And we can do.
Are we doing all?
Not whatever. It don't matter. I'm already said
are we
it.
doing?
It's not all. No.
8 aside. Are we doing 8 aside or 6 aside? 6. Okay, so he's 18.
Yeah, 18.
And we're including everyone as if they are fully healthy. Joel Embiid and Julius Randle, I guess, if you're gonna pick him. But Joel Embiid is fully healthy in this.
Yeah, I'm about to get a name generator up. No, I put random name generator. Okay, hold on. What's it called? Order generator.
Uh-huh.
Order generator. List randomizer.
Just so you get woke.
Let me get this order generator out real quick. All right, so you got a random name generator. I'm gonna put our names in and have it generate the order for the draft for us.
Before the draft starts, I know I said earlier that I have a problem with Paulo making it. I don't actually have a problem with Paulo making it. You know, he's been playing tremendous this year. It's just nasty that the narrative and the whole agenda that this podcast is trying to push, saying that Paulo is better than Zion. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but yeah, I honestly think that Paulo should have made it, and I'm happy that he made it.
It's almost that we forget those would you rather's were for the future and not now. It's almost that you forget that. Like it's kind of crazy. That we do that. So I don't know why that keeps getting brought up. But and someone said Paulo's having a better season than Zion this year, by the way. He is. So I don't know why you act like he isn't. All right, anyways, let's randomize this and see the order. Jaden, Latif, and Max. That's the top. That's the order.
Let's go. Give me a 3.
All right.
Give me 3.
We're gonna do a snake draft. We're doing a snake draft.
Yep.
Okay, let me fix this real quick.
Jaden, you got 1-1. Who's 1-1?
All right, so we can pick how many is it? 5 picks? 6?
6.
We're doing 6. Starting 5 and a 6-man. I love this.
I ain't gonna lie, this is kind of hard.
No, this is not.
Yeah, there's the best. There's
because is this like
is
this for like an all-star team or like?
You can do what you
want. Trying to build the best.
Let everyone vote.
All right. If we're going off that, I'm gonna take Jokic. I'm gonna take Jokic with my first pick.
All right. With the second overall pick, I'll take Luka Doncic.
All right. So there's one thing I could do. I think I have to. Yeah, I'm gonna force Latif to do it. With the third overall pick, I'm taking Joel Embiid. With the fourth overall pick,
and just pick. Keep going.
No. It's a strategy. Let's see if it works. With third overall pick, I'll select Joel Embiid, and with the fourth overall pick, give me Giannis. Give me Giannis for my fourth overall pick. I don't know if I like that choice now.
Dude, don't look at me like that again, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know what you're talking about. You took
Embiid and Giannis.
Embiid and Giannis. Weird. Race. That's crazy.
Well, I wanted to take all the bigs out of the way, so you couldn't grab one. So you had to wait till AD.
It's on me.
No, it's not. So you had the 4th pick. That was the 4th pick, right, Max?
Yeah, you're 5th.
All right. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I can get back. I can get him on the way back. Probably. With my 5th overall pick, I'll take Stephen Curry. Oh wait, no.
That's fine.
I got Luka.
Yeah.
No.
I got Luka. I'm tripping.
I don't know if that's allowed. You already made your pick. I don't know if we're gonna let you switch it. You clearly made your pick. The pick was in. It's over.
All right, that's fine. I'll keep Steph.
All right. With my 6th pick, I'm gonna take Kevin Durant, and with my 7th pick, I'm gonna take
With your 7th pick or the 7th pick?
Yeah,
it's the 7th pick.
With the 7th pick, I'm gonna take LeBron.
Okay.
Is that who you wanted?
With the 8? No. Luke and LeBron don't fit on the court. With the 8th pick, I'll take Kawhi Leonard.
Let's go. Okay. I mean, yeah, I think I got to. With the 9th overall pick, let me get Jason Tatum. And with the 10th overall pick, let me get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I have a
With the 11th
disgusting
overall,
218.
With the 11th overall pick, I'll take Anthony Davis.
I knew it.
Bad pick. You could have got him so much later. Bad pick. We both got centers. We didn't need him.
He's one of the best players in the league. What are we doing?
You could have got a position of need that we all need. No one's picking a big man. We don't need big men anymore. We got power forwards and centers.
All right, it's the 12th pick.
I have a 1, 2, 3, and 3 already, Max. What are you talking about?
But no one's gonna pick AD. Neither of us are picking AD.
I have a 1. My only spot I had was 4. What are you doing?
You could have competed for better players.
You don't.
It's a strategy, Latif. It's strategy.
You're not making no sense.
Strategy.
With my 12th pick, I'm picking Devin Booker. Or with the 12th pick, I'm picking Devin Booker.
You got back.
TikTok gonna be terrible, bro.
I have another one. I need to beat, bro. With the 13th pick, geez, stop crying, bro. Damn, you're being annoying.
We should all just restate it. We should all just restate our teams with the first pick. I selected the second pick. We just do that.
13th pick, I'm gonna take Bam just for defense.
You got one, Latif.
I know. I'm thinking about what I take. I need a 4. Giannis, Joe Embiid, Jason Tatum down to Eric Maxey. All right.
I'll lower Julius Randle.
No, I got a cat at the 4. That's what I'm gonna do. You said 13, Jaden? All right. With the 14 pick, I'll take Karl Anthony Towns.
I believe no one selected him. I need a 2 guard, another 2-way wing. With the 15th overall pick, I'm gonna select Anthony Edwards. No one selected him, right?
No.
All right, and then for my 6th man, yeah, he's been playing better this season. 6th man, give me Tyrese Halliburton.
All right, I need some defense probably. Let me see who's still on this list. Paul George still on the list. It's between Paul George, Paulo, and Ben and Julius Randle, right? And Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson still on the list. Damian Lillard still on the list.
Who picked Donovan Mitchell? No one?
I don't need to go.
You picked him? No one picked D Mitch. You're picking for a bench player, right? You're picking for a 6th man?
Yeah, I'll probably pick I need some defense on my team.
Yeah, PG is who I was gonna go with. I was going with PG.
Yeah. What pick did you say?
You're 16th, I think.
16th, 17th.
18th.
Your team is done? No, I'm 18th, right?
My team
will be done after this pick.
He gets one more.
So I'm 16th.
17th. You're 17th.
No, 16th.
There's one more pick left.
You're 16th. I'm 17th. You're 18th.
No, you're 18th.
Yeah, he's 18th. He ends the draft. You're 17th.
Jaden is I'm 17.
Yeah.
No, wait. How many players you got left, Jaden? 1?
I have 5. Yeah.
Okay, so you got one player.
One more.
I'm 17. I'm 17.
Oh, you're
17.
18. You're 18.
You're 18th.
No, stop, bro. You're 18, Jaden. I only have one more player.
Team, you were just Max. Max was just 15, right?
No, I was 16. I messed up. I was 16. I messed up.
His last pick was 16. Yes, he was 15 and 16. With the 17th overall pick, I'm going to take Paul George. I'll probably bring Curry off the bench, honestly. To be honest,
that's insane. Yeah, that's insane. I don't like it best.
Did anybody pick Tatum?
Yes.
Yes, I have Jason Tatum.
All right, with the 18th pick. With the 18th pick, I'm gonna pick Paulo.
All right, so my team, I think I might bring Curry off the bench just because it fits better in the lineup with Luka. Like Luka and Steph, like as my 1 and 2 is like terrible defensively. So I want to think about it from that standpoint.
Run through your
My
lineup.
players,
Run through your
my
lineup.
lineup would probably be Luka at the 1, Paul George at the 2, Kawhi at 3. At the 4, I got Karl Anthony Towns. At the 5, I got Anthony Davis, and off the bench, I got Stephen Curry.
Your second pick coming off the bench is just not. That's not what you want to do, man. You
Max,
want to
you
put that
go.
in your lineup. I have Shea Gilgeous-Alexander as my 1. Anthony Edwards is my 2. Jason Tatum at my 3. My 4 is Giannis. My 5 is Joel Embiid. And I got Tyrese Halliburton coming off the bench.
That spacing is nasty.
What you mean?
All right. My ideal lineup would probably be LeBron at the 1, D-Book at the 2. This is kind of nasty. KD at the 3. Well, it's not nasty. Bam at the 4, and then Jokic at the 5, and then I'll have Paulo coming off the bench.
It's nasty. Like those players,
I don't know.
like they're not really well. They don't work well off the ball. Shea cannot play off the ball. Anthony Edwards is not great off the ball. Who else you got? Giannis is not really. Giannis is good off the ball.
Tatum, Giannis, Embiid, Tyrese. Everybody can shoot. On the starting 5, everyone can shoot. Everyone can defend, except for Giannis. Sorry.
My team is just big. Like
we're letting up 0 points.
Shea can't shoot. Shea cannot shoot threes.
Our team's letting up 0 points all game. Our team is not letting up a ball.
It
doesn't matter. Our team does not let up a point all game.
If we were to rank the best teams, who would you say who would you say has the best team? I would say me.
Shea shooting 35% from 3 is not terrible.
Answer my question.
Good.
I
like my team. Say your team one more time. Jaden.
LeBron at the 1, D-Book at the 2, KD at the 3, Bam at the 4, and Jokic at the 5, and then I got Paulo coming off the bench.
Yeah, I like my team the best, then Jaden's and Latif.
Okay, yeah, niggas start.
I think Jaden's team's the best. LeBron at the 1, D-Book at the 2, KD at the 3. That's a lot of size, and LeBron and Jokic on the court in the pick and roll is insane.
And Jokic's defense is not like he won't be ISO'd. Like I think that'll be fine.
It's hard to have a bad team with an all-star team. So honestly,
but there are like obvious flaws about some teams, like if you didn't pick shooting or if you didn't pick defense. But
I got all of that. I got the best defender in the NBA on my team.
Who?
All right,
I remember your team.
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. Anyways, bro. That wraps up the 72nd episode. I don't think there were a lot of topics, only 4 topics, but hey, I think the Super Bowl is in like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
right? Or a week after this one.
Yep.
Yeah, so honestly, I don't know what the football episodes are gonna be like. Probably not gonna get one for like another week. And then after that, I don't really know the plans for football. It's probably just gonna be thugging basketball out. Probably, have to add some creativity for the football episodes. But if you haven't followed or subscribed, the socials are at the top. It's free. Just do it. Appreciate all the support. This is episode 72, and we're out.